We're back!
Hell yeah.
Oh boy, you guys missed an incredible pre-chat lobby where Evil Geniuses was asking Mad Lions, hey, what's the delay? Because Mad was clearly on stage talking a lot. And Elyoya said, not much, just flaming my top laner. Worst rumble I've ever seen. Then you had Armut firing back saying, my jungler's a rat. And then, again, Elyoya came back and said, I wish I had Odo as my top. And Evil Geniuses was just flaming them the entire time, mixing in their own banter.
I tell you what, though, this jungler from the side of Mad Lions does not play Maokai. Not a single person of Mad Lions have played Maokai yet. And even with blue side available to them, it will be the first champion that they're actually banning themselves. So, Mark was joking. He said, yeah, but surely you can play Maokai. But, I mean, so far Mad Lions not willing to, at least.
I'm really curious to see if they go for the Gnar ban here. When you heard the analyst desk talking about it, I was not surprised to see that ban first pick Aatrox. With the Aatrox ban, will you double ban Armut? Because Impact does not play a lot of the meta hard counters into Gnar, and so we'll have to see what he wants to go for here. He's much more the type to play an even scaling matchup into it, or just something that can play weak side and kind of go even.
Yeah, and seeing that Hecarim was left open, Mad Lions, they would have first picked that immediately had they been given the chance. It does leave Silas open for them, and laning first was fairly close in the first game. Nisqy almost had a solo kill on Jojo, and it forced Inspire to delay his jungle clear to hover around the mid lane instead.
One of the other minor things in that pre-chat banter was Jojo Hyun insulting Nisqy's Silas.
Of course.
So maybe mind controlled him into picking it again.
We'll have to see, but with Maokai ban, looks like Sejuani is the pick here for Inspired. Also of note, Cloister is open. She's been pretty heavily banned throughout the tournament so far. We know it's something Kaori certainly can play, likes to play from time to time, but we'll see how things shake out. Looks like things are very similar to our game one so far.
Yeah, the problem with Kalista is that despite how underwhelming the Draven was in the first game, you don't really want to blind pick it into it. But I think EG are super happy with just playing the Victor into the Silos matchup once again, while laning phase was a bit shaky from where it started. Jojo in the late game was completely untouched and dealt out so much damage. That seems random. That's a...
Pastry and I both just arched our eyebrows at each other, like, what are we missing here? Because I agree, you want the Victor probably again in that matchup. You can take it as the final pick, and I thought that they would then use this one to take something away from Mad Lions. I was like, maybe you just blind the Gnar yourself. Maybe you go for a strong support that you think they might want or something. Set does not feel like a takeaway. It feels like most likely a flex pick that can go between Vulcan and Impact in trying to not show their hand too much. But that does leave up a very happy Elyoya to take Trundle away, which was banned, I believe, in the previous game. And here, now having two tanks already locked in for EG.
It was banned in the second ban rotation, so this time around they want to go with it immediately. You already know you're playing into the Sejuani, so you're getting value off your ultimate. This is where I was curious. Were they going to go with the Draven once again, or would they want to default to Misfortune? What Draven allows you to do is that you can late invade, and you'll pretty much win it no matter what. You have Trundle, who's one of the best brawlers in the early game, and you actually have the Draven too. Now with the Yuumi being locked in, this pretty much just confirms that the set is going into a solo lane, and I don't want to outrule the possibility that set can be played by Jojo in the mid lane against the Silas.
Jojo Pyun has been limit testing all worlds long in Champions Queue and whatnot. Would not be surprised if he has some other pocket picks available. Though I'm very happy to see the higher priority for Mad Lions for Elyoya's pick, not getting it banned out in the second phase of bans. He is so important for this team, and he did play a good Vi game. It was just not a good Vi angle, honestly, for the draft that EG was able to take into it here. A more generally strong pick, as well as having the strong matchup into Sejuani, gives Elyoya the opportunity to take this game over, hopefully.
Yeah, and now coming in with the bans, they want to ban away the Draven, not the Ezreal, super potent into the Draven in its own right, but also having a Yuumi on top of that is super easy. Normally, Sivir would be a problem. This time around, you're not going to ban Sivir, just due to the fact that Alistar will probably come out as a counter pick into the Sivir. You can't play that lane as Sivir when you're playing up against the Draven at the same time, so it's probably just going to be another ban coming through.
Yeah, Sivir already counter-picked by the Draven in a sense, so don't want to spend another ban on it. You want to get rid of the uninteractive 2v2s. Maybe that means they get rid of the Varus again, but I don't think Varus Yuumi is quite the same level of potency. Neela gotten rid of.
So Nina does function really well together with the Yuumi, but still interesting of a champion. She does neutralize it. And seeing Sivir be locked in, you just slam this Alistar right now. You can't spell shield the combo. You're playing into the Draven. This is bold from the EG bot lane.
Kind of laying it down, saying, Unforgiven and Kaiser, you were not impressive in your Draven game before. We are not scared of it. It's basically a call out saying, we don't think you have what it takes to actually snowball through bot lane.
But you're playing into Trundle as well with the pillar. I'm not sold on it. I'll be happy to be proven wrong, but I'm scared a little bit for the EG bot lane, seeing 3 picks like that into it.
I'm with you. This is a sweaty. I am worried. Very nervy looking at this draft right now as an EG fan for Mad Lions. Looking good so far. The only question now is, what are they going to round it out on the top side?
Yes,
it is all reliable. Ornn coming in blind for Armut.
And I think it just makes sense, right? Now it's banned away. You don't want to see the Rumble again. We saw the Ornn in yesterday's series. Long range engage. You can play the weak side. You're not going to be attacked. You can just kind of chill up towards that top side. Play fully towards this bot side. If Elyoya doesn't have to get a single pressure gang on the top side, Elyoya's happy to just be on the bot side.
It is Jojo's set.
It is Jojo's set into the Sylas. Not too much of a surprise given when we saw the rando set. What felt like the draft pick we had seen was the Sylas. Makes sense that it is the counter pick there. We'll have to see how this one goes. We talked a bit yesterday about how Sylas is not actually that strong of a laner, especially into melee matchups. You often take him into matchups where you can scale against the range champions who can't pressure you hard enough to actually bully you in the short mid lane. If you go melee versus melee, sometimes he can actually get scrapped out pretty hard.
But this is not enough AP damage. Yumi's going to bin Ludens for sure, and she's going to max Q. But you have Set, Sivir, and Gangplank. Sejuani does give some magic damage, but it's certainly not what you're looking to be the highlight.
Who needs magic damage when you have Mad Lions bot lane with Kaiser wrapping around, having pressure? Hold up here, early gank topside.
Love this look out of Elyoya. Impact in trouble, gonna have to find the fat flash, or maybe just not gonna use it. No, does get it, but Elyoya chases. Pillar is there, Q is good. That's gonna be first blood again for Elyoya.
Great pathing to begin the entire.
2 dives actually happening, so we're going to start in top lane. Bottom lane, you can see there's the TP in from Jojo. Impact in a little bit of trouble, but does defend long enough. Now Jojo's in. That's going to force the flash out of armor. Bottom lane, looks like it's not going the right way either for EG. So
and then Inspired is doing a good job of being in towards the enemy red side, clearing away some of the camps, getting an experience lead. I do believe it took away the Crocs too. Now he's in a position to gank the mid lane.
Fascinating mid 1v1, but Inspired going to make it very uneven. Flash Q's going to get the knock up. Niski almost stunned. Should follow through. There's the damage. Inspired gets one back.
As we'll get a replay first, here is that gank on the mid lane. Inspired's going to come in and turn this one around. Jojo has the setup, forces Niski up into the lane, which I think is what honestly makes them want to go for this play, just getting too aggressive with his trades here.
It's the fact that he knows that Elyoya is on the wolf, so he thinks that it's going to be easy for him to come around. What he's not anticipating is the fact that Inspired has been clearing the Raptors, so it's just this mismatching timing that Inspired wins out on.
Where I was going to go with that...
if the dive had actually happened. Now the dive comes around, but they don't away.
Good delayed look, but actually Elyoya taking too much damage. Level 5, Jojo's still here. Elyoya does not have flash. Barely not back up, and Kaori just picks up a freebie.
Yeah, and it just feels like so good movement coming through from EG. They know Mad Lions wants to go for a dive. They have their members arrive. They have the Cannon Barrage ready too. And from Mad Lions, that is just a pure overextension. You forced that dive too heavily.
I feel like we just caster cursed them. The fact that the GP6 comes in, clearly not communicated, but also Elyoya so far ahead of Kaiser. Look, he's tanking the turret before Kaiser is in combo range. They're trying to get that play before the Vulcan can get back under turret, but there's just no way that that's ever going to work. Probably even without the GP ultimate, even if you do get the kill there, you'd still be stuck under turret with Jojo collapsing, so I think that play works.
Can't spell shield, like Kubluk said in draft. Does get stunned. Oh, the trample coming in hot. Gonna force the flash there after the ignite, but here's Inspired.
And that's how it's supposed to go. It'd be nice if a pillar was around too. So I feel like just Mad Lions, it goes back. Bot lane has rotated into the mid lane. And let's see what they can actually make of this. Suplex available for both of them.
Yep, Niski now trying to go back in, but Inspired's hit nails Niski with the ulti. And that W is gonna find its mark.
Just too quick of a play by EG. Niski stole the ultimate, wanted to suplex him back into his team, but Jojo just grabbed him first and threw him further up the lane, just gets exploded. Jojo Pew 1-0, got the email in your favor.
Now Drake has been spotted up. Inspired does have the ultimate if they want to turn. Jojo is around and Mad Lions might get pinned.
Oh, the suplex looking for Unforgiven. He had to flash forward, but Jojo still in the mix, getting a little bit low though, but another great face breaker. Gets his way out of there. Vulcan gets the kill. Heals up to set. Niski caught completely unawares. and EG as Jojo dives in, finds a beautiful team fight.
That is just a dragon gifted right over to evil genius Matt Lyons. They start up the objective in EG. They just pincer them down. Niski gets over aggressive. Jojo starts it all up with a great suplex, and Vulcan onto Yumi keeps them all stabilized.
Inspired doesn't even land the initial ultimate onto Unforgiven, who is pincer between the bot lane and the jungle mid combination. He has a nice flash to avoid getting the suplex damage. He kites it out, but that has left the Kaiser alone to be focused down, and then Niski greeds out for the kill, but Seth at low HP is his comfort zone. The shield, the heal.
Now Jojo is hitting the plate, he's gonna get it. Does ult Niski going now the other way because he has to run out from the situation he just finds himself in. He's literally dueling Niski between two towers.
Oh, ultimate does not connect with the big...
Mad Lions wants to contest. Turn on to Armut.
Buffers out, still has to flash, and Vulcan now gonna follow up again. So much CC on this team, and the Tankion's not gonna live.
On the other side, though, Jojo single-handedly keeping them away from the objective. 4 Lions standing, and just one Boxer in the middle of it all.
Gonna be tricky. GP already down to the bottom side. Kaiser gonna start off. That's a beautiful pole run. Finds him, but Jojo finds, I think, 3 off the stun. And oh my goodness, Kaiser just explodes to the facebreaker. Inspired dashes away. Jojo, though, is finally fouled, but here comes Impact. Big barrel combo attempted with the flash aggressively in, but it does not connect. The Mad Lions might have got away with it, but Siva with the Yumi attack is going in, but there's the shutdown. Niski turns it around with Armut there, but Impact is still going. They have extra carries. Unforgiven forced to flush away as the Sejuani prison snipes out Unforgiven, and Alyoya and Kaiser the only 2 left, and Alyoya not long for this world.
EG get the delayed ace at the dragon fight. Mad Lions kicked that one off, had an okay angle, but it was on the 2 beefy members of EG. They could survive through that initial burst, and even though it wasn't the cleanest fight, EG still walk away. Here, there's just so much tankiness for both Jojo and Inspired already this portion of the game. You also get this fat haymaker with just 500 true damage. Like I was saying, half ironically, there's a lot of true damage to deal with the beefiness. Here is the angle where I think it's over, but GP, I see what Impact wants. He wants the flash triple barrel chain to not get the 3rd barrel out there, and that led to that awkward situation.
No ulti 1v2 Jojo, took out the tower, looking for Kaiser. There's the W, does a lot of damage, but now Niski's in there, finds the showstopper, but Jojo's ulti is cooling back off. He's just so menacing, and Niski's gonna find it. Jojo cannot get out of that one.
But it's like this time around that all the tombs they needed for success, but they've not found it.
Big Kaiser flank, yeah, this is not a bad angle, but now they're gonna spot him. Jojo in the front line, but again, relatively tanky. Pops the W, shield is off now. Armut with a decent ulti, but that's a great zoning ultimate out of Vulcan, ironically, as Kaiser now gonna be caught out of position in EG. They find the pick in the pincer.
Not enough gas in the tank for Mad Lions, and EG, they just split apart that fight so cleanly. You can see it, just Kari and Vulcan channeling the entire Mad Lions away with the Lost Chapter, and the rest of them are just, well, beating up the poor cow who tried to go on a flank.
Yeah, at this point, the front-to-back team fight for Mad Lions is not an angle they want to take. There's just so much damage in the front line of EG that they're willing to scrap this out. Armut versus Jojo Pune and Inspired. You can see that he's forced back. When the rest of the team tries to channel through this flank, that's when Kaiser wants the angle, but they just turn onto him, combo him down, while, like you said, Kaori and Vulcan keep the rest of Mad Lions away with the GP ult as well. Their coach and staff feeling good about
almost 7,000 gold ahead, and that number is not slowing down anytime soon. Kaiser,
no ultimate.
I don't know if it would have mattered, but yeah, no ulti.
The bot wait, they can only move into this Baron.
We'll see how they want to do this one. Jojo Pune has ult and can always just rip Elyoya away from the Baron for an uncontested smite. Mad Lions will probably have to take the fight if they want to stop this.
Jojo trying to intercept Armut, I think. No, he's going to get stunned up instead. He's still got the Yumi attached, but Jojo is just so strong. The front line will not be stopped. But actually a snipe on the other side onto Kaori, who's trying to play 1v2, but Impact, the team fight is peeled for him, and Jojo has done the dive with the rest of the squad. Still alive, and that wallet is starting to feel a touch too heavy for Mad Lions. That's a great knockup, but that's a double kill for Impact.
Delayed ace. Kaiser came back alive during that fight.
Again!
But EG are smurfing this game. 17-4 in kills, 10,000 gold up, a 21-minute Baron about to go in their favor, looking to go up 2-0 in the series.
EG, they're just playing this so clean, and I really wish I could give some credit to Mad Lions in this game, but I can't. EG has fully outmaneuvered them. EG has fully had their number in every single part of the lane. and it comes down to the point where it's a 5 versus 4. They're looking to just get some team fight going for them, but EG immediately turn off the Baron and start hunting down members of Mad Lions.
A 761 true damage haymaker to the face of Elyoya forces him out of the fight right away. It means that there's no one helping Niski on the backside of the fight. He was 2v1 there, trying his hardest, but everyone else was getting destroyed by the Bash brothers of Jojo, Pune, and Inspired. They ran the regular season of North America. They had some struggles in the post.
Not so mixed. Yes, you still have the true damage from Zed. It just does not matter in the game when EG is so far ahead of the curve and they're just completely stomping them.
Luton's Yumi is doing work, by the way. Vulcan has been sniping Unforgiven for the last minute or so.
Gotta go.
Siege. Yeah, Niski got 2 towers, has to come back though again. They're literally just tanking 2 Nexus towers, EG! You can't be doing this on the world stage to your opponents. The Yumi does go down as Unforgiven gets 1 back, but the Bash Bros are back in form as Armut will be slain. And everyone else still left alive as EG look to end this game.
3v4 defense. Vulcan did die in that. No one to keep people healed up. Jojo Pune
Gets helped by Kaiser as well in terms of pushing the Haymaker forward.
Unforgiven is going to try and fight his way out, but Cowrie now going to put the finishing touches of EG's game. 2-0 now up on the Lions.
Welcome to Evil Genius.